Welcome, Annie Collins for Rosie Studio. Today we're going to create this butterfly card. Let's go over the products I use. I use the Bayfair collection, and this has the 6x6 paper. This paper has 40 sheets, 20 designs, and 6 of those are foiled papers. We're going to use one of the foil papers today and one of our regular designer paper. I also brought in from Rosie Studio this is mini die, and it's a butterfly die. And it's not from the Bayfair collection, but it's from their die collection. Their sentiment I use is from the Cardstock stickers. These Cardstock stickers have some foiling on them as well. So I went ahead and cut all of my elements that I need for our card beforehand. I cut this butterfly twice. One's from white cardstock and one's from foil cardstock. Gold foil cardstock, and I did some inlaying, and I did that off screen. I'm going to pull out the papers that we use. We're using this tone-on-tone blue and this polka dot that has some gold foiling. That's why I bring in the gold foil. So I'm going to create everything on this card panel, which I will adhere to my card base off screen. Reason why I'm doing that is because this cardstock that I pulled from my stash that matched best this to the designer papers is like maybe 60 pounds, I think. It's really lightweight cardstock, and then it would buckle and wouldn't look nice. So if I glue it first to my card panel here, then I can glue it onto my card base. Makes it a lot easier and makes it firmer. Alright, so these are my designer papers, and I'm going to adhere them together using a little Scotch tape. I cut them about two and a half, maybe. No, two by 5 1/4, 2 wide, 5 1/4 long, so that I can fit on my front panel. I'm gonna use, like I said, a little Scotch tape to create one piece so that making centering it onto that blue cardstock a lot easier. Once I do that, we will adhere it using some liquid adhesive. I'm using some Barely Art liquid adhesive here. So these are nice weight papers. They're not real, sometimes you get designer papers and they're real flimsy. These are not. Yes, they're single-sided, but that's okay with me. So to hide our seam here, I cut a little piece of that same foil cardstock that we use for the butterfly. I'm gonna adhere that to our panel, and now I'm going to work on this little blue piece here that I've used a die from my stash to cut out. I'm going to use some DMC metallic floss, and then I'm going to use some foam adhesive to adhere this little piece to my card. I'm not going to lie, this metallic thread gave me a run for my money. No matter how hard I try to make a perfect bow or close to a decent sized bow, it would not work. It just kept curling and pulling apart, and then you pulled the ends and it would fray. It was crazy. I got it to work in the end, but off screen. I fiddled with it until I got it, and I used a little thin glue dots to keep everything in place. But I just wanted to let you know, if you do use it, it will be finicky. So once I get that more or less where I want it, I will put the foam adhesive on the back so we can adhere that to our card base, or card panel, I should say. This will be where our beautiful little butterfly will live. So this card the sentiment reads a little note, and sometimes we just need to send a friend just a little note to let them know we're thinking about them. No occasion, just a hello or, hey, I'm thinking about you. You're in my thoughts. So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting this foam adhesive to the back of this little piece that I cut. And I'm going to adhere this to the front of our card, or to our card panel, I should say. So I'm going to try to get this on screen, and we're going to center this right in the middle, lining up right across the foil cardstock that we have there. This is, like I said, where our little butterfly will live, and we're going to flip the butterfly, and we're going to add some more foam adhesive to the back of it, but not to the center of the body. I will use some liquid adhesive there. Try to give the butterfly more dimension. To inlay the pieces for the butterfly, I didn't go over that really quickly. All I did is I cut it twice, and then I put Scotch tape on the back of my white butterfly and I inlaid all the gold pieces. The Scotch tape kept everything in place. So now that I have the last of my foam tape on my butterfly, I will remove the backing and place that butterfly facing towards the right. There we go. Center it, going facing side right. So now I can go ahead and add some more elements. Now I'm going to put our sentiment, and I'm looking for my little piece of foil cardstock. There it is. Just peel the sticker, since it's a sticker, and I'm going to adhere it right, or place it right onto that foil cardstock. And I'm going to trim off the excess. Now I do this slightly off screen, and I'm sorry about that, but my vision isn't so great, so I need to pull everything towards me to see it better. And to do that, I need to pull it towards myself so it's not in camera, but if I do it in camera, my head would be in the way and you wouldn't be able to see anything. So I'm going to use some foam adhesive on the back of this, and I'm going to then adhere that to our card right below our butterfly. And again, that reads a little note. And the cardstock stickers have beautiful foiled images and sentiment, just gorgeous. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in some finishing elements. I did record this part, but for some reason I lost the piece where I put the little blue gems into my butterfly wings, but you can see it better in the finished photo that you'll see at the end. So I'm using some confetti, gold confetti here, and I'm going to create a triangle around our butterfly. Once I have figured out where I want it, I put a little drop of glue and adhere and place all my little confetti pieces on the glue, and now it's all set. I do the same thing with the little wings. I put little drops of glue and put my little tiny blue gems in the center of the butterfly, the flowers on the butterfly wings. I want to go over again everything that we used. We used the cardstock stickers from the Bayfair collection, the 6x6 pattern paper, one of the dies, the mini dies that Rosie Studios has in stock, but I will link everything for you in the description box below. Here's another look.